Continuing on the binge playlist here of Chair Shot Reality on this very, very busy Pro Wrestling WWE week here. We are in the Point Park University studios. Chair Shot Reality, Wrestling Inc., Drew Springsteen, Justin LaBar, and let's talk about Raw 25.
You were there.
I was there in the Manhattan
Front
Center.
and center, too. That was the most exciting part of the whole thing was watching you
I'm part of history now.
DX glow sticks. And,
oh, wait, you mean these?
Oh, my God.
You mean these? Yeah. You can see me. You can see me the whole time, front and center with these things. Well, first off, before I give the Manhattan Center perspective of being there.
Sucked.
Sucked one for you, huh? Sucked for you watching.
I thought it was like, I felt bad for the people that paid so much. And, I mean, you guys got a couple cool moments, but in reality, as you say, reality check, there really wasn't anything that was worth the price of admission that was so high, I don't think. Yeah, the positive I'll say first here is, I'm fortunate to get a lot of amenities and spoiled with wrestling, specifically WWE. This was the most money that I'd ever had to spend on a ticket ever in wrestling in my life. Do I regret it? I don't regret it. I'm happy to say that it really did look like a time machine. The Ico Pro banner, even using I was worried they were going to do too big of a set. I like they used the old yellow curtain. So for that feel and for seeing what we did get to see, yeah, it was cool. I don't regret it. But the reality is WWE missed a huge opportunity. I have some of those opportunities of things I think they could have done, more specifically written here, right on here on Wrestling Inc., beneath this video. But generally speaking, this event was so hyped. Yeah. Was so hyped. And kept so secret. All we knew was 2 venues simultaneously, which they don't do, and it was kept so secret about who was going to be where, who would be doing what, that it let our imaginations run wild, brother. Yeah. And so you think about so many people, so many potential segments, and not to mention we've had a lot of nostalgia shows over the past years. I mean, I was at Raw 1000 in St. Louis. Raw 1000,
we've had Raw 10th, we've had 15th,
Raw
20th.
20.
I mean,
so many.
And it's this. I mean, there hasn't been that. It's all the same acts. We've seen the DX reunion. We've seen Austin Stun.
And they do some of these things at like WrestleMania sometimes.
Correct.
So like how many more nostalgia acts are?
And part of it is the problem. The most critical of WWE, I will give them their right here. Part of it is WWE has just not produced enough new star power, and the ones they have are staying around longer. I mean, think about it. We're still relying on DX nostalgia, Austin nostalgia, to a point, Undertaker nostalgia, because who has gone away and created a nostalgia factor now? Hell, Edge was a main eventer who went away, and he hardly even comes back. He wasn't even at this particular show. John Cena's been a top, when John Cena ever retires, and if he goes away to Hollywood and disappears for a couple years from WWE, it'll be a big deal when he comes back. But we're not there yet.
Yeah, that's so. Again, we're in this middle period where we're still relying on guys from the 90s, and time is running out on all these guys. And I don't think it helped that Royal Rumble was a week away, and this is a go-home show, and they had to fit in current storylines while having this nostalgia. Had it been any other time, they could have went full-blown nostalgia and had a lot more fun with it, I think.
I question, that's a great point, Juice. I question why they did not, because obviously it wasn't like it was 25 years to the day, January 11th, the actual day. I'm questioning why they didn't do it a week earlier, because you figure when you're getting out of those holidays, as we talk about, it can be a slow period, especially when both of your rosters are just building to all one Rumble match. So I'm surprised they put it as the go-home and didn't do this a week or two earlier when it's a dead time coming out of Christmas.
And if you remember, one of the old school Raws, again, they do that stuff too. The old school Raw was a couple of weeks before Mania in MetLife, I think, 29. I think
you're right, yeah.
And they had stuff that happened with the storylines, the face Undertaker at Mania and all that stuff, but that was integrated into the nostalgia, so they could have done a better job, I think. So.
Our imaginations ran wild, but WWE, I think I don't think that they were going to be able to surpass the hype, not with what they were dealing with. I feel like they probably should not do the simultaneous 2 venues again. I said this to several people who I was with there in New York. I said it before we even walked in the Manhattan Center. I said, I'm going to go out on a guess here that the people in Barclays Center, when they leave, are going to be mad they didn't go to the Manhattan Center, and vice versa, because everybody's going to go, oh, I missed that over here.
I don't know if the guys in the Barclays Center are really upset that they
probably not as much. Well, because they didn't pay as much as we all did.
You're probably right.
And for people wondering why, I've heard the numbers. I've heard the ballpark number. I don't know the exact one, but you figure Manhattan Center is right in Midtown Manhattan, some of the most expensive real estate in the world. Yeah. That grand ballroom cost a lot of money to rent, and you can only fit. The balcony that you didn't see where the cameras are up there was no seats. It was all production people, so there was a limited amount of seats, less than 1,000. So you got to charge a lot per butt just to try to break even. Never mind trying to profit. So
you know, and even though this may have been a disappointment, hey, you got Raw 30 coming up in 5 years.
Raw 30.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll be there again.
See you again with
more sticks.
Another DX reunion.
We'll have another TX reunion.
Yep, it'll be ridiculous.
That is correct. All right, we got plenty more to come here as Royal Rumble weekend. We'll talk about WrestleRumble.com predictions where you can win up to $1,000. Plus, you can also win the old-fashioned WWF Wing Eagle belt, all by getting top scoring and predicting who's going to win and walk out at Royal Rumble. We've got more to come here. Chairshot Reality on Wrestling Inc.